The morning after, the first night of staying in a Wingamm Oasi. First person that's not an employee, first YouTube channel to do just that. If you haven't seen the good night video, you'll want to see that as well. We'll put it right here for you. This morning, what I want to do is talk about the great room, which I'm sitting in now. We're going to measure, we're going to show you how this converts to a bed, and we're going to show you how the 3-point seat belts convert to sit two people in this space. This is a great room. It's made up of really three big elements. Number one, the table, because it is so large and because it's so maneuverable. Number two is this amazing L-shaped sofa with seating for two in seat belts. We'll show you that. And this converts into a bed for up to 2 adults to sleep in this space. And the fourth thing that's kind of a bonus is all the lighting in the great room. Now, if you saw the video about this becoming a bedroom, this pulls down, but when the bed is up, you don't even know that there's a bed here. It's pretty amazing. Let's do some measuring, and then we'll put the table down, and we will move it around. Well, we're going to move it around first, then we'll put it down, but let's do some measuring, because I'd love to show you what these things look like from a size perspective. We've managed to catch a moth. Let's see if we can get rid of him. All right, there he goes. Okay, table, are you ready? Table in total length is 47 inches this way. In width, it is 20 inches this way. And from the floor to the top of the table, we are looking at 31 inches. Not too bad. If we look at the L-shaped sofa situation, from the back of the cushion here to the right here at the wall, we are looking at 69 inches, which is just over 5 feet. Pretty big. If we look at the seating this way, including the 3-point seatbelt seats, we're looking at about 40 inches, which is just a little over 3 feet. And if we look at the seating this way, depth-wise, from the wall to where the cushions are, it's about 29 inches. So this is a pretty good size area to call a great room. And just to give you some sense of how far the bed is off the floor when it's up, let's take a look at that. We are looking at, let's call it 71 inches, so just over 5 feet, nearly 6 feet actually. So if you're, I'm 5'10", I don't have any shoes on, and so if you're about the same size, you're not going to have any problem in the great room under the bed. Now if we look up here where the bed is not positioned, then this is almost 80 inches. Let's call it 79 inches from the floor. The magic in the table happens right here, and that's under it. There's a handle. There's 3 actually levers, I would call, to make the table move this way. Lock that in place. There's 2 levers, one on each side, to make the table go this way. And then there's this handle here that allows the table to actually pivot like that. Pretty amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to sit, and we're going to move the table so you can see that as I would set it up to have people around the table for dinner. Well, I'm going to release the levers that hold this in place. We're going to push it toward you first. So let's say we have somebody that wants to get out. They can get out very easily and not disturb the table too much. Pretty awesome. Pulling it toward us. Let's say now we want to move the table this way. I'm going to lock these levers in place like that, like that. And then there's another lever right here that will slide the table this way. And in this position here, we can have 1, 2, 3, and probably a 4th person right here in the passenger seat as we enjoy drinks, cards, a dinner, something of that nature. I will say that the cab seat for the passenger is going to be fairly useless with this table because it's so far away, but still to get 4 people around a table of this size and sturdiness is pretty amazing. Let's do a pivot. Let me get out of here. So I'm going to push the table toward you. to make it easy to get out of here, we'll move this back like that. I'm going to lock the levers, set the parking brake as it were, and then we're going to pivot the table like this. And now, let's say you're doing some extra cooking and you want to make this table part of the cooking experience. There it goes. And now you have it off to the side, which is pretty amazing for a galley preparation situation using this table. But the beauty of this table is it turns into a bed. Let me show you how that happens. It's a combination of the levers and this button on the floor, and that's what collapses the pedestal to be even with the sofa. All right, with the table ready to go, we're going to press the button with our foot. We're going to give it a firm push with both hands. The cushion kind of gets in the way right here. And the seat too, but keep pushing. And now it's locked in place. With the table down, there's a second cushion that goes here. It's stored in the closet. It's currently in the rep's hotel room, so we don't have it to demonstrate here. But even just removing these bolster pillows and the table kind of out of the way, you can see that this would make a pretty comfortable bed for one person. For the night. I'd remove this one too. So those could go in the closet. So this is easily the same size bed as maybe a Travato 59K floor plan. We'll measure this and we'll measure this. So stay tuned. All right, so let's measure the bed in its current form, assuming there's a cushion here. So from the wall to the end of the table is 4 feet, 48 inches wide. And if we look at from this perspective here, let's do up here on the cushion, all the way back to this point here. This is 66 inches, which is just over 5 feet. So about 5.5 feet by, what do we say? 4 feet. That's a pretty good sized bed. And if you just use this, don't fuss with the cushion here. This is 29 inches wide by, what did we say? Yeah, about 68 inches this way, which is, again, about the same size as a Travato 59K bed. And this was really easy to do. It takes a little bit of figuring out, but once you got it, it'll go down like a snap. So before we put the table up and the sofa back together, I want to show you this. It's kind of a little hidden secret. You might see the 3-point seat belts, but you're like, how does somebody sit in this seat if that's where the seat belt is? Great question. So here's a cushion gets moved. And then there's this flip up little compartment here. You kind of lift this cushion so this falls down like that. And now this person can be in seat belts like this. And this person can be in seat belts like this. And everybody's pretty happy. Now this is probably going to be not overly comfortable for a long trip, but to travel for a little while, maybe you could trade off. It really is a great way to manage seating in this great room, traveling 4 in 3-point seat belts, to be able to sleep 4, 2 upstairs on the second floor, 2 on the first floor. That's pretty amazing for a camper van, micro RV that is 17 feet, 8 inches in length, which is way shorter than a Winnebago Travato, for example. Pretty amazing. All right, I'm going to reassemble all this, and then we're going to show you one more thing, and we're going to call the wrap on the great room. And the last thing I want to show you about this magic great room is this table can actually be part of the kitchen galley prep area. Let me show you that, and that's going to bring us to the end of this video. We'll move the pillow. There's the handle here to pivot the table. It locks into place. You move it against the countertop, and you secure the table so it doesn't move. Pretty amazing and it's just best use of space in a small space, and such a functional floor plan. Hey, if we're meeting for the first time, howdy, my name is Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Go Small, Live Large, all about the camper van travel experience. Now, this is a micro RV imported from Italy. This is the Wingamm Oasi 540, now available for sale in the United States. Runs about 145 grand plus options, plus shipping, plus all the stuff that goes with buying a vehicle. If you are interested in this information or in this vehicle, reach out to Wingamm. Email them directly at us@wingamm.com. Subscribe to the channel if you're into this. We got a lot more content coming up about Wingamm, including the Galley, which is our next video. Until we see you soon, I wish you to journey on, and peace be with you. Thanks for watching.